Hello, in this video I'm going to show you one of my new aircraft, the Ki-43. This is a Tier 4 premium aircraft and it's in the Chinese tree, but it's actually a Japanese aircraft that's been captured by the Chinese Air Forces, Nationalist Air Force, and used against the Japanese. It's kind of an aircraft I've been looking forward to in the game for a while, since I really want to fly the Japanese army fighters, but you're not in the game properly yet. This is the only one, and it's Chinese rather than Japanese. Anyway, we're on Winter War, and it's a Tier 5 game on a Tier 4 fighter. We spot an enemy F2A down low, but it's gone and crashed, which makes things easy for us. And well, I get a bit distracted here. I don't actually notice the P-36 is shooting at me because I was too busy looking at the Hawk 75 down low. But I'm able to evade most of its fire somehow, I'm not entirely sure how, and then I'm easily able to turn around on this guy. Because I think the Ki-43 might actually be one of the most manoeuvrable, well, it's definitely one of the most manoeuvrable aircraft up this tier. It might be the most manoeuvrable aircraft. The downside of it though is it's actually got very weak guns. Two 12.7mm machine guns. It's a bit better suited to Tier 2 than Tier 4, but given enough time and a close enough range, I can still do a lot of damage. And at the moment, I'm just really trying to do what damage I can to the enemy at this point in the game. And I see the MiG-3, which is the most dangerous aircraft on the enemy team, and since it's turning right, and close to me, I decide that this should be my priority. So I focus down on it. And my guns, they're not doing a lot of damage per hit. But at this range, I'm hitting often enough that it's adding up rather quickly. And of course the MiG-3 can't escape me, because I can turn much better than it. And I get lucky, I manage to set it on fire, and I manage to get a kill. And luckily it's the flames in the sky kill, which is always really nice. I got an assist on the P-36 there. There's actually only one enemy aircraft left, and it's this unfortunate Bristol 133. My shots go wild, and I don't manage to hit it. But, well, that's a nice easy win for us there. So as you see, 1068 experience, which is pretty good. I mean, it was a ×2, but that's still pretty good for a small game at low tier. What's surprising here is that I got the most experience, and I actually almost did the most damage. And, well, 53 of that was fire, and that's what really helped me out there. It's also the reason why I use armor-piercing incendiary on this aircraft, because I figure it needs all the help it can get in terms of damage. Anyway, next game, it's a bit bigger. It's on the Pacific Ocean map. And it's, well, it's still a Tier 5 game, but there's a lot more Tier 5s in it, so I should be a little bit less competitive than I was last time. And last time I also got fairly lucky that the entire enemy team basically wanted to turn fight with me. Well, actually they weren't turn fighting with me, they were turn fighting with allied aircraft around me. Anyway, there's a Blenheim F down low, which I figure means that my entire team's going to dive after it, so I decide to stay high, even though I'm not really suited to high altitude fighting. As you see, I'm at 1700-ish metres, and that's basically as high as I would like to go on this aircraft. See a P-40, and I decide to kind of pitch up after it to try and put some shots in. But it takes longer than I expect, because I forgot the P-40 was a tier above me, so I give up. And I go on the AR-80, and I completely miss my first burst. And I completely miss my second burst. And I'm able to get a few hits in there, and a few more, but for some reason I just can't quite keep my plane centered on it. I actually turned the wrong way there and exposed myself to fire from the 110B more than necessary, but fortunately it stalls and I'm able to put a couple of hits in just to retaliate a bit. And now I think that's the P-40, no, it's the AR-80 diving down on me, but I'm able to turn around on it fairly easily, even though it's a tier below me, and able to put a fair bit of fire in, but again, I just can't aim in dives and climbs in this aircraft for some reason, at least not in this game. But we get into a bit of a level flight, and I do a lot of damage there. And come on, it's so close. There's the kill. Okay, the P-40's just up here, so I'm pulling up to put some fire into that. But my team get it before I can get the kill. And it looks like we've won this high altitude fight, so I start making my way towards the fighters fighting over our anti-aircraft guns, but the 110B's coming at me, and it's coming at me, I can see on the minimap, so I start evading, and I dodge its first bursts. A few shots catch me there, but they don't do serious damage. I'm actually pulling up in a way here because I realised that 110B was focusing on me, despite the fact that there were two of my allied aircraft shooting at it. So I just wanted it to slow down and start turning to make it an easier target for them. And well, yes, well, they got the kill there. So that's alright. Now diving down the Spitfire 1 to try and save our IL-2. Cut back on the throttle and cut on the throttle and pulled on the flaps because I didn't want to ram the ocean there. But I almost rammed the enemy Ju-87G. And I go into a loop and come around behind the Spitfire to finish it off. Don't know what it's doing there, I think it's just given up. And I get kill number 2. And coming around on the Ju-87G, which is also on very low health. And there's kill number 3. So I mean, any game where you get 3 kills isn't bad, but 2 of them are on very low health. But I'm happy enough. I did a fair bit of damage to the AR-8 even though I didn't shoot well, and the BF-110B I helped with. You see there, second most experience, but I did almost no damage. 12% accuracy, so it wasn't that I wasn't hitting very often. Well, except for the AR-80, I didn't shoot well there, but it's not so much that I didn't hit the enemy, it's that my bullets didn't do much damage when I actually hit them. Anyway, so that's the Ki-43. So far I'm actually really liking it as an aircraft. Yeah, I'd actually recommend buying this if you've got the gold lying around. I managed to get it on special after... what was it? There was that thing recently where if you got like 200 odd or 300 odd tokens, you were able to get like a tier 8 premium fighter for free, which I didn't get, but when I spent all my tokens in the roulette, I got a bunch of low tier premium fighter discounts. So I actually got the Ki-43, the Miles M20 and the Messerschmitt 209V. I think I got all 3 of them for about 700 gold, which I just had lying around, maybe 1000 gold, I can't remember how much I had. So I've just got a bunch of new premium aircraft, which I'm sure you'll be seeing on the channel in the near future. But yes, Ki-43, very good. And well, yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.